Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
Officials in Sioux Falls are trying to figure out how someone died at the scene of a fire blocks away from Cleveland Elementary. Firefighters were called to a house in the 900 block of South Thompson Avenue around 1 o'clock Wednesday afternoon.
Sioux Falls Police Public Information Officer Sam Clemens says a body was found on the property. He says the death does not appear to be suspicious and that an autopsy is underway. Investigators are expected to release more information during this morning's police briefing. A high-speed chase near Yankton ended with a crash, killing 2 people and injuring another. Around 10 o'clock Wednesday morning, the Highway Patrol tried stopping a red Chevy it says was going more than 100 miles per hour.
The driver didn't pull over and ended up crashing into a semi, killing 2 people. Another person was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. A teenager was taken to the hospital after a crash at Lake Poncet last weekend. The Hamilton County Sheriff's Office says it happened just after 4:30 Sunday afternoon on North Bay Drive.
Authorities say a teen was driving a motorcycle when they lost control. The teen nearly hit a boat and truck before colliding with a house. DNA evidence has helped authorities identify a body found in South Dakota 46 years ago. The man was found in the Missouri River near Pierre in 1976 and was buried at the Riverside Cemetery.
2 years ago, the investigation was reopened and the body was exhumed. Now he's been identified as 39-year-old Stephen Earl Boyce. His last known address was Seattle, Washington.
Well, let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Good morning, Brian.
All right, good morning. Well, tracking rain in our forecast. We've had some scattered thunderstorms during the overnight and early this morning. Here's a look at some rain totals. They vary a lot. Here's an example. Huron is now up to 40 hundredths as of 7 o'clock. Sioux Falls area, it depends on where you live. There's parts of Sioux Falls, especially on the west side, where it's hardly anything, maybe a 1 or 2 hundredths. But you look at the southeast side of Sioux Falls, even more than 0.6 of an inch in some of the rain gauges. And that's indicative of these local thunderstorms that are going to be out and about, not just today, but also tomorrow and into Saturday. So if you haven't picked up rain yet, you probably will. There's a chance of some severe weather, too, with this. We'll talk more about that story coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Brian. Family members and friends in Sioux City are fighting for justice for a loved one gone too soon. Jordan Beardshear was murdered in her Dakota Dunes apartment 2 weeks ago.
Authorities are now searching for her killer. Family and friends say they will continue to fight until there is justice for Jordy.
We're going to do what we have to do until he's apprehended and pays for what he did. Or if that means putting out more flyers, just being more active upon it, we're going to do that until, he serves what he's done.
The South Dakota Department of Criminal Investigation and Union County Sheriff's Office are asking for the public's help finding Alfredo Castellanos Rosales of Sioux City. He's wanted in connection with the homicide. If you have any information on his whereabouts, contact the Union County Sheriff's Office. A motorcycle crash caught on surveillance video is a reminder to everyone to pay attention while driving.
Ryan Lundstro was coming out of a parking lot and had just turned onto 41st Street when a car came seemingly out of nowhere and hit him from behind.
You see a lot of people that are, on their phones or some ladies put makeup on, or, it's just like, there's a time and a place for that. It's like, especially when you're driving. I mean, it's just, there's too much going on.
The female driver told Lundstro her water bottle got caught under her brake, and that's why she couldn't stop in time. Police say she was cited for following too closely. A day of recognition stretched into a week in the early 1990s for nurses across the nation.
National Nurses Week is now celebrated annually, May 6th through the 12th, the birthday of Florence Nightingale, who's recognized as the founder of modern nursing. This year's theme is Nurses Make a Difference, Anytime, Anywhere, Always.
We truly take care of people. We're there for families, some of their hardest times, and we're kind of that blanket of comfort to be there and have a voice for our residents, patients that we care for.
Amanda Petrick shares her story of becoming a nurse and hairstylist with this story right here on KELOLAND.com. A local advocacy group is seeking a temporary restraining order and injunction against a recent Minnehaha County rule regarding petition circulation.
Dakotans for Health is currently collecting signatures to place an amendment on the 2024 ballot to legalize abortion in South Dakota. The group claims the county's rule to establish designated areas in front of the Minnehaha County Administration Building and courthouse is a violation of the First Amendment.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
Okay, weather update today. Well, looking at the chance of some severe weather, obviously it's springtime, month of May. Temperatures today will be cruising back into the upper 70s to near 80s, so we can't rule out that chance there, especially in the yellow, including Pierre and into much of central Nebraska. Here's a look at Futurecast and how we kind of break this down the next couple of days at least. We've got some initial bands of showers and thunderstorms this morning. Some of these have been lifting even in between where Futurecast at least hints at that. Places like Brookings and Huron and then north toward Watertown. We've got other showers in southwest South Dakota, but the pipeline of moisture is going to gather strength again later today. So we'll watch for redevelopment. I think that is the key word for the afternoon into the evening. And these storms, as they sprout up, again, we'll continue to watch those here in the Storm Center. Obviously, there's more rain on radar tonight as the repeated rounds of showers and thunderstorms will come up from Nebraska. That area of low pressure is slow to move. And so guess what? We get to do this all over again tomorrow. Same idea. You'll have recovery in the 70s ahead of the system, and then likely looking at more, I would say even maybe some stronger weather Friday night in particular. Some of this activity out of northern Nebraska will likely be a little stronger at that point. So obviously we'll have updates on that part of the forecast coming up in the next day or so. Now, numbers today, 81 in Mitchell, 78 degrees in Brookings. Into your forecast. Let's take a look at the latest projections here. And I would say in Sioux Falls, we're going to be at or above 50% chances of rain at least through Saturday. Sunday morning could linger some wraparound lighter showers. We're going to eventually get on the cool side of the system, and then we'll bring down those temperatures Sunday. Numbers for next week for Aberdeen look to be pleasant, but chances of rain will be around Friday, Saturday, into Sunday, and it looks like temperatures, while they may cool a bit during the rain on Saturday, there's nothing terribly chilly about the weather forecast. I would expect next week we should get back to the 70s in Pierre. Numbers overall here still off the gate in the mid-70s today for Pierre, but Rapid City, you're not quite as warm. You'll be in the 60s much of the 7-day through at least Sunday, and then you'll start to rise next week. Check out more details online at KELOLAND.com.